in 3, 2, 1, and go. So after the events of Kingdom Hearts Run 1, Riku ends up in Castle Oblivion after he goes through the door to Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, so our first little world is Hollow Bastion, and so you run into enemies and get through little counters like this. Fights end when you collect all the experience and the card at the end. Now it's really important I pay attention to what card I get, so I know what I need to do to get through this world. Also, the most important drop I need to get is Strong Initiative. And whenever I level up, I can choose between 3 different things to level up. I will upgrade attack whenever I can. But for now, I'll mainly level up Darkness points. Now, at this point of the game in Recom, I cannot upgrade Darkness points. I can in this version of the game though. But yeah, at the moment we're just getting some cards, increasing my HP a little bit, and yeah. Hopefully we can get through this world very quickly. Or, depending on what I get, to get more cards quickly. Okay. So usually this Dark Ball encounter here is like the best encounter you can get because it drops a lot of experience to level up. Oh my goodness. So another little mechanic of the game is that if you have a higher number than your opponent, that you break their card. Okay, so Darkness, yep. Is that all the encounters in this room? Yeah. So in order to get through the game, you have to get through these doors. Okay. This is not a good set of cards, unfortunately. So I had to decide with picking cards really carefully in order to get through the game. So the doors that you go through, they go up in like they go up in increments depending on what card you use on the door. So say I use a 1 card on the door, the next door I'm going to have to go through is going to be a 2 card. Also, wow, that's a high card. 9s are pretty valuable and also pretty rare. I am not getting good drops, unfortunately. Okay, so Looming Darkness is actually a really good card. Going to increase attack, obviously. But yeah, so that attack level increases every like 5. Oh, this is hard. Oh, when you press B, you just automatically go out of the menu. Whoops. So we find out during that little cutscene that Riku's memories supposedly only show his dark memories. Oh god. Okay. I'm going to have to use this card as much as I don't want to. So, Teaming Darkness is actually going to be useful for the next world that I need to grind in. I'm going to have to find the door, wherever that is. Sometimes the biggest challenge in this run is finding the door. Okay. Wait, I don't have any green cards. Oh, that's really unfortunate. I need a green card to get through. And unfortunately the game hasn't dropped me green cards yet, so yeah, depending on the border of the card, I may not be able to get through the doors. So I'm going to have to grind until I get a green card, and hopefully it's not Strong Initiative. Strong Initiative is actually the most valuable card in this world. It can actually make you get through encounters incredibly fast. I'm not getting the drop though. This is the worst encounter, because this guy can throw out 9s. Excuse me. And yeah, defenders just generally have a shield in front of them. Okay, finally we go green card. Let's go. Free, yep. So I'm actually going to go through the boss store first. I'm just going to use... Oh, I don't have all my darkness anymore. I'm going to use this one. So we're fighting our first boss, and it's actually Maleficent. Now, usually in Sora's story, you fight her much later in the game, but in this, she's like your first boss, and she's pretty straightforward. She does have like an infinite deck, so that means she'll never run out of cards. So whenever you don't see the boss's cards in the bottom right corner, it means they have an infinite deck. And that is Maleficent. So it's actually really important for me to pick up this card because she can. So her card effect with shadow cards, which I can access with my deck through pressing the select button. Hello. Gives me extra attack power, so enemy encounters just go a lot faster. And yeah, I can't access the boss door until I actually go through the story events. Also, we just got a blue card. Now, blue cards are really valuable because that means I can actually take out some doors. And Mingling Worlds is like the completely random room whenever I use it. So each different room has, well, depending what card they show, has different effects. Also, I'm silly and I haven't done that yet. Fortunately, I've got no good cards yet. And yeah, so the room that I'm currently in, Feeble Darkness, it decreases the card values of the enemy, so that means it's easier to break through their cards and just be able to attack continuously. So instead of a 9 I have to worry about, it's the highest number that our defender can throw out is a 7. Okay, good. Another blue card is nice. Wow, you came very late, Strong Initiative. So I'm going to show off what Strong Initiative does. So what Strong Initiative does is it allows me to go through encounters in this world really quickly as long as I get the first strike. So where are you? I missed the first strike. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. So sometimes I'll use a free card combo called a Slate to break through some enemies' cards. If I don't have the value in front of me. So yeah, those enemies die instantly because their HP bar is lowered at the beginning of the count, provided that you hit them. And yeah, it's why we... Wow. Really want Strong Initiative cards. So yeah, that counter ends instantly. So that's why Strong Initiative cards are very valuable in this world. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna try and grind a little bit more. So whenever you use a 9 card on the door, you can just like increment down to 0, and then you're back to like normal. Of course, using 0 cards are really valuable in this game because they allow you to do many things like break whatever card, provided that you use it last. Nice, got another Looming Darkness, so that grind was a bit worth it. Hello? Another blue card, that's very good. Yeah, Guardian account, sorry, Defender accounts are very annoying. Another strong initiative though. Nothing else in this room. This will probably be the last room I grind though before I get out of here though. Where are you? Sure, absolutely. Oh yeah, by the way, Ansem is suddenly here. Don't know why. Okay, good, he didn't use his extra slate. Man, that was easy. So we have some organization members that we see through Riku's side. Yeah. So it's really important that I pick the right world. Congrats, I picked the right world. You can't really take back the decision you make when picking worlds in this game. So yeah, it's very important that I pick Traverse Town here. Traverse Town is usually the main grind area, so yes, we're doing a little bit more grinding. We actually need a lot of cards to get through the game. So I want to get at least 89 world cards by the end of this grind. But we're going to slowly make it progress through the world as well. So hopefully it won't take too long. But we have ways to at least make this a little bit faster using Maleficent card and yeah, beating guard armor along the way. Oh, that's a nice drop actually. Moment's Reprieve is a save room. Oh, wow, no one. Okay, thank you. So I am keeping track of all these cards in my head as well. There's certain cards that I need to drop in order to make it through the game, okay? Unfortunately, I haven't seen a lot of green cards drop. Also, where's... is that all the encounters? Wow, that was quick. Yeah. So we want to use as many Looming Darkness or Teeming Darkness cards as we can to get through, to grind as much as we can, as well as, yeah, just make it through the rooms as fast as we can. Looming Darkness is the preferable card because the encounters are better and they tend to be a lot faster too than the Teeming Darkness ones. Teeming Darkness is a good backup because you get like slightly more encounters on average in the room, and they're also pretty good. You also may have noticed that Riku's deck has changed. This is because between each world that each deck does change. Audio hiccup. Audio hiccup. Yep.
Got time for some quick messages?
Sure.
Yeah, so sorry about the technical difficulties there, folks, but we do have a couple of donations to reread. $100 from Paladinite from Missing Hookship and for charity, and $100 from Lazy Stripes. As promised, shoutouts to the ASM community, HyperX, and Game On Cancer for putting on an amazing event. Please put this towards saving the grub in Hollow Knight. And as a reminder, we do have a bunch of donation challenges all throughout the event. The next one is the Hollow Knight save/abandon the grub in Deep Nest. Currently save is at $100 and abandon is at $0. So if you want to see Insomnia leave that grub behind, be sure to donate. Thank you.
But yeah, as I was explaining, Riku's deck changes in each world compared to Sora's story, where you don't have to worry about, yeah, you don't have to worry about, you know, deck building and all that. In Sora's story, you have to do a lot of deck building in order to get like optimal cards, but you also get actual like card drops to improve your deck and all that in Sora's story. And also level 10 is a really important level to hit because that means I can take out some little enemies like Rhapsodies and not soldiers, no, actually soldiers in 2 or 3 hits. So yeah, less hits means I'll get through the encounters a lot faster. Also, another 0 card is very good. Oh yeah, and just to establish that the way that I'm grinding, yeah, even though like we're mainly grinding for cards, grabbing experience finishes the fight faster instead of like lingering on the screen for a long time. So yeah, I just grab experience so that the fights end faster. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have to be careful which card I select because sometimes down the road it can be pretty bad. So it's why my card selection can be kind of pretty important towards every door. And it should pay off later being extra cautious about that. So anyway, so this is guard armor. You gotta take out his pieces before going towards his head. If you get a gimmick card though, you can like easily take out all the pieces. The gimmick card hasn't shown up yet, but I will point out when it does drop. Oh, there it is. So that's the gimmick card. It's a bit too late for it though. So yeah, not too bad of a fight though. So one other thing that we do use is that we can go back through doors, provided that and reset the room, which is what we do to make this a little bit faster. And yeah, the game does not tell you that, so yeah, here's your fun fact about Chain Memories rooms, I suppose. Oh, excuse me. I really need another high blue card drop, as well as some high green card drops. I haven't got them yet. Oh, I kinda got my wish. Oh, there we go. Okay, so blue cards are good for now. I just need more green cards. And maybe some zeros.
Time for a donation or two?
Yep, sure.
Yeah, so we have $20 from Neo_. Please put this towards the Spy Cosplay Donation Challenge. Thank you. And we have $50 from Katie Latte. Let's go, AeonFrodo. Hope everyone's runs go real well. Bang a selection to start off the marathon today. Please put this towards saving the HK grub. Thank you.
Okay. We still haven't gotten any Looming Darkness cards apart from that first one, which kind of sucks. Because, yeah, Looming Darkness cards are just faster. I also really need more green cards. Okay, that's a good drop. I'm getting a shocking amount of blue cards, which I usually don't get that many blue cards during a grind, which is interesting. I hope that doesn't affect red cards later on, because I do need a lot of red cards for a certain door later on. Jeez. Speaking of blue cards, it just popped up again. I should also mention while we're doing this little grind here that the sprite work in this game was actually like made by the World Ends With You like devs, so it's really cool how like yeah, the animations are just very nice and it's kind of cool to watch.
Have time for something big?
Yeah, sure.
So we have $2,500 from HyperX.
Wow.
That reads, no comment. We also have $20 from Noops. Hey, from the Great White North. I'm sad to be missing out on the Blue Street Adelaide winter, but wishing everyone the best of luck in their runs. Send this towards saving King Kong. Homeboy just wants a hug.
Oh yeah, so obviously whenever I hit critical HP, I will get a very obvious warning. So hopefully that doesn't annoy people too much. I'm 40 experience away from the next level up, so whenever I level up, I do refill back to full HP. I can't believe I missed that. Usually his shots are, his splashes are pretty wide. So hitting level 13 is pretty important. I'm going to actually check the amount of cards I have and see my progress. So if I have a certain amount of cards, it means I have like maybe 3 or less rooms to go. And this is going to be a 7. So yeah, I'm going to use that Looming Darkness. It's going to be a faster room, which is nice. Fortunately, no Looming Darkness cards drop. So, map. Okay, yeah, we're pretty low. So it's probably going to be like 4 rooms. I am going to do a little bit extra grinding for marathon safety. But the minimum I want is 89 cards. And right now we have 63 cards.
room for one more?
Sure.
We have $50 from Sten that reads, everyone that's donated so far is too nice. Put this towards abandoning the grub. We also have $15 from Ghoul02. Wish I could be there, cheering for Ansem in the fight. Just kidding. Love you, Aeon. Run is going great. Donation to Runner's Choice for the incentive.
Yeah, that was my boyfriend, by the way. So, thank you, Ghoul. I'm getting a lot of 0 drops. This is kind of scary. Okay, yeah, gonna throw that 8 down. My last room's going to be a Looming Darkness one, so that's really nice. I at least get to use another Looming Darkness. But yeah. Fortunately, some bad luck with this grind, but that's okay. My estimate allowed for it.
Time for a quick reading.
Sure.
We do also have some prizes that everyone can win for donating throughout the event. If you donate at least $10, you'll be eligible to win one of 8 Landfall game bundles comprising of 3 of their greatest hits. And for all those within Australia, if you donate $20 or more, you'll go into the running to win a pair of HyperX Cloud Buds. And if you donate $40 or more, you'll also be in the running to win one of 2 HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headsets. For more information, you can visit prizes.ausspeedruns.com. And of course, we thank Landfall and our major sponsor, HyperX, for providing these wonderful prizes. Thank you.
Sometimes you can accidentally go through doors if you're too close to them, so that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. Doors are very sensitive in this game. Wow, where were you earlier? Would have not liked you. Anyway. Might be useful down the road, but would have preferred it for the grind. I'm getting an awful lot of blue cards, and it's so weird. Oops. Gonna check my map cards. Okay, so pretty much I'm gonna complete this room and then I'm gonna get out of here. So yeah, we'll be finishing grinding after this room.
Have room for something?
Sure.
So we would like to thank HyperX for being our major sponsor for this event, and it's terrific to have them on board to support the Game On initiative. HyperX makes fantastic headsets, microphones, keyboards, mice, and plenty more products, so no matter what you play, if you're into gaming, they have something for you. We do still have those several donation challenges over the course of the event. The next one is the Hollow Knight save / abandon the grub. Save is currently at 150, whereas abandon is at 50. We also have Peter Jackson's King Kong save or leave King Kong, as well as many more that you can easily see through chat, through the bot commands. Thank you.
Okay, we're out of here. So we're going to practically go through the worlds in order that we're going to see them in. So I'm going to go through Agrabah first. And yeah, there's basically the idea is like get through the worlds as fast as you can defeat the boss, then get out of the world. Oh. My card grinder is interesting, so yeah, okay. So the idea for like just using cards up is to make sure you get like small rooms like, wow, okay, I got a lot of zeros for like Tranquil Darkness, Feeble Darkness, keeps some of the high cards, all that good stuff. And try to like pick cards that keep the rooms really small. Although sometimes like the rooms can be like in any sort of like weird shape. Okay, oh, this is gonna be... Do I have a 7? Okay, I do. I need to save that 7 up, okay. So Genie Jafar is pretty straightforward. You have to hit Iago and the lamp. This is probably easier than Kingdom Hearts 1 because it's just a 2D platform you deal with. Oh, this is bad luck though. So whenever your platform's like that, you can't hit Iago. So yeah, there can be some instances of bad RNG. The gimmick card makes all the platforms even leveled. And yeah, we're going to use Overdrive on each boss because we just do more damage. There's Genie Jafar. And we get a nice level up too, just in time before the next boss. So the next boss is Vexen. So Vexen is one of the Organization 13, and he can be a bit annoying. So one of the things he can do is he can revive himself at half of HP bar. And considering that his HP bar is like 2 bars of HP, going through another half HP bar is a lot. So hopefully I won't have to go through that. Also, wow, these cards suck. Oh, okay. This is also going to be our first fight using Dark Riku. Now, I barely explained this, but those points in the corner, those darkness points, I get whenever I break a card. Oh my goodness, he used a 27. That's like the highest you can get in the slate. So yeah, you can use slates, which are the cut. Oh, he did it. Well, that's annoying. I'm going to have to go through another half HP bar. There's nothing I can do about it. It's completely random. So with Dark Riku, you can double jump. Try and get behind his shield, mainly, because you can't do any damage at his front. And it's going to try and do all these combos to train into him. But yeah, that's practically worse RNG in this fight. He can use other shadow cards that increase his attack power and all that, which doesn't really matter because we're not letting him have a chance to attack. And yeah, when your darkness points go to 0, that means you lose dark mode. Okay, now he's going to revive at half HP. Gotta wait for that. That was a good fight, apart from the half HP, the revive. But there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, also. I just wanted to laugh at me. But yeah, you can skip cutscenes just holding the start button. So next area is Monstro. Now, if I did beat the boss before, if I did go to Monstro before Vexen, I could have actually prevented that from happening, but yeah. Unfortunately, go to Monstro is actually slower, so that's why I did go to Monstro first. Yeah, sure, why not? I try to use my load cards because I need... Oh, jeez. Sometimes the enemies just spawn right in front of you. Where's the door? Oh, goodness. Alright. Wow, I got so many blue cards. It's really weird, actually. So Parasite Cage can actually kill me. So the floor there is basically lava and you don't want to touch it. And I need to grab that gimmick card. The gimmick card makes it so that the floor is not lava and you can just like wail on Parasite Cage. Oh my goodness, my cards are so bad. Yeah, that was horrible. It's fine though. Right, the door is over here for some reason. Come on. Come on.
turn. Ha, ha. My turn. Ha, ha. Oh, ha. Oh, ha, ha. Hey, hey, come on. Hey, ha. Ha, ha, come on. Ha. Ha. Ha, ha, come on. Oh. Oh, oh. Yeah. Ha.
Wow. Okay, finally. So here's another funny thing about this fight. You have to, like, go and try and jump behind them to get the experience. Also, wow, that's, I might die on another boss. Alright. Yeah, use that.
Got time for a quick plug?
Sure.
Yeah, just as a reminder, we are AusSpeedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. For this event, we're raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, and all Twitch revenue we receive throughout the event will also be given to the charity, which include the bits and subscriptions to the channel as another way to support Game On Cancer. Thank you.
So Neverland is, well, it's easy to get through Neverland, but the problem is the boss at the end. So Hook is a bit notorious for being very random at times, and the problem is I'm on low HP, so I might need to die before him. Just depends on what happens. But yeah, it's a pretty ugly fight. Let me get up. Okay, so, well... So the worst thing about this fight is your deck. So my deck has only got 1 0 in the middle of the deck. I'm just waiting for him to use his slate, because his slate is, like, really low. Yeah, Saya low HP and not getting that level up at the end of the Parasite Cage is a bit ugly. But he should be at full HP now, so I should be able to beat him this time, try, hopefully. Okay, so Dark Riku should make this a little easier, hopefully, with extra hits. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Good to hear a little bit of the encounter music. Ideally, you don't want to get into encounters, but... Okay. I'm worried about my red card situation, so I'll probably have to dip into my blue cards in the next world. Yeah, I definitely have to dip into my blue cards. Oh my goodness, why? Right in front of the door, how rude. So now we're going to fight Riku Replica. So you're probably wondering how I'm going to tell which character I am whenever I get to Dark Riku. Come on, there we go. So I'm going to try and get to Dark Riku as fast as I can. Incrementer definitely helps, but it's not going to help for when I get into Dark Riku, as he can break my cards a bit more easily. He's not using cards I want though. Oops. But I can tell who I am because I don't have a target on me. Oh no, this is bad. I'm just going to use this as safety. Bit of an ugly fight, but still pretty good. At least I didn't die to him. Also, yes, we got the faker comment. So now we get a new batch of world cards after being Riku Replica, and we can go to a bunch of new worlds. Okay. I need to save up one of those twos for sorry, not Olympus. Twilight Town later on, so just keeping that a reminder to myself. Mingling worlds means completely random world. It can be any room, basically. I'm gonna save that up. And this is why we need high blue cards, so we can get through this door. Yeah, I probably should have used 7 and 8, but whatever. So Ursula can be either really easy or really rough, depending. Okay, so no gimmick card. I really want a gimmick card to drop, because otherwise the only way I can attack her is on his shoulder. But I can ride his shoulder if I want to. And the way I get the gimmick card is through hitting her tentacles. Oh no. Okay, that was a good fight. She didn't attack me and she didn't use her giant laser beam on me, so that's good. Excuse me, let me collect that.
Have time for something?
Sure.
Yeah, so just as a reminder, as alongside all the different bidding wars that we have, we do also have plenty of extra bonus runs if the donation challenges get met. The next one is Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War Demo Percent. If met by 3:30 a.m. Tonight, we were to see that extra bonus run, as well as many others. Feel free to donate if you'd like to see those extra runs and keep the marathon going. Thank you.
So Hades is one of the harder bosses in this. He can practically do a lot of damage. Oh, this is... Okay, I'm just going to use the 6 actually. So what the strat I'm going to use is the... the strat I'm going to use is the attack bracer strat. It is slightly faster, but a bit more riskier, especially if he uses Temper Flare. I'm going to try and prevent him from using it, but it is a bit difficult to do so. The other strat you can do is Dark Aura, which is like you just get... Oh, that's bad. Okay. Okay, a little bit rough, but okay. At least he didn't kill me, because the lower health he gets, he had Berserk in the corner, which he did use his Darkness card, and that can one-shot me if I get hit at very low HP. Okay, need another 6. Grab these up. A nice room. Oh, there's Namine. So, if you don't know, Chain Memories was the first appearance of Namine. And she has a major part mainly in Sora's story. So Wonderland, I'm going to try to use my green cards. Now the problem is I didn't get many green card drops. Also, that encounter was a bit unfortunate. What do I have? Oh my goodness, that's bad. Alright then. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to bust out one of my 0 cards just to get through this. I think I have plenty. Okay, so this is the room I need a lot of red cards for. Okay, do we have another 7? We do. Okay, cool. Get rid of my worst cards and get through this room. So Trickmaster hits like a truck.
Hey, come on.
And also, our deck is also really bad. We only have 3 4s and 5s throughout the entire deck. Unless I break his high cards with a slate, I won't be able to get through it. And it's ideal you just fire him as normal Riku.
My turn. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You can use a thing, like, oh god. Oh. Oh, it's hit me there.
Got time for a donation?
Sure.
Yeah, we have $7.38 from Anonymous, and another $25 from Anonymous saying, "Come on all, just because we got to the fantastic total of 4K so quickly doesn't mean we have to stop. Keep me coming, gang. We're doing great." Donation for Runner's Choice.
Oh, so I just got the worst room, and that is Lasting Days. And sometimes it is very difficult to get out of that room, so that's why I've been avoiding using Lasting Days cards. But yeah, it's just a bad room to go through sometimes. You just have to climb up vertical areas, and it's just not fun. So I try to avoid using those as much as I can. Although there's some situations where I'm like forced to use it. So Halloween Town is the last, I guess, optional order worlds you can go into in the speedrun. Yeah, we're gonna just use not the last one, but pretty close to it. I do have to hold on to that green 7 though. Try to avoid using that. You know what? I can just use that again and then... No, wait, I can... This is hard.
Time for a donation or two?
Yep.
Yeah, so we have $100 from Xando Toaster that says, "Putting this towards the Spy vs. Spy cosplay on stream incentive." Thank you. And we have also a $20 from Trip DM. More Lord of the Rings, yes please. Putting this towards the demo run of Shadow of War. Excellent, thank you so much. And a reminder that we do have, all of those donation challenges throughout the marathon. The next one coming up is that Hollow Knight save/abandon the grubs. Still at save is $150 and abandon is at $50. We do also have plenty of other bid wars and completion challenges to be met. Feel free to look in chat for the link. Thank you.
So the next boss, Oogie Boogie, well, we really need to get... Oh my god, he actually did the rare thing. Wow. Okay then. So he actually busted out 8, which is super rare. And like the worst case scenario, so I have to use a slate in order to get past that. So the idea is to like get him down a few HP bars and all that to sorry, he's bars on the gate. Okay. And using that gimmick card makes it also last longer, although think I kind of stuffed up my first one, so it maybe is... I'm just going to miss out on the 2-cycle. Oh, wow, just got the 2-cycle. Yeah, so ideally you want the 2-cycle on Oogie. And we're going to upgrade our darkness points for the last time. So it won't go any higher than 40. Oh, and then the random encounter, because it's right in front of the door. I need the HP though, because the next boss is a bit brutal. Bosses are going to start getting extremely brutal from here on out. Oogie's the last easy one. Okay, so normally I would use this card, but I don't have... Jeez, this is so bad. This is like my best option. So, as you may notice, I'm starting to run out of map cards, and that means my ability to progress through the game is going to be a bit hampered. So we're actually fighting Lexaeus, and Lexaeus is a big strong guy, so we gotta get to dark mode as fast as we can. Good. Now we run away, and hopefully I don't get bodied. Oh my goodness. The scariest thing too is that he can interrupt my Dark Aura attack. Dark Aura is like Riku's strongest attack, but if he interrupts it, it's really bad. But the way that the deck is sorted out, we can just use 2 Dark Auras. Hopefully he doesn't bust out a 0 as he reloads the cards. You may have noticed I have no reload stuff, which is really nice. Okay, it's going to be scary. There we go. And yeah, I increased my HP to 95 just so I can tank the hit. And we're going to be upgrading HP from here on out unless we can get to another attack point. So after using all those slates, Riku needs a nap. And now he's ready to go to the end of the game. So we are at Disney Islands. Now, it's kind of weird, like he grew up here, but he only has his dark memories left because, as in the previous game, he got tanned by Ansem, and yeah, it only has his dark memories. Okay, so, oh god, this is ugly. Okay then. So yeah, sometimes I have to use the worst route possible, and that means, yes, I'm gonna get some encounters. Oh goodness. And I want to go through the left exit, because it's faster.
Time for a quick plug.
Sure.
Yeah. We're thrilled to have HyperX on board to support the event this year. Cure Cancer and the Game On Cancer Initiative are doing amazing work, and it's great to have that work supported by HyperX. They believe that everyone can achieve their best with the gaming spirit, and are proud to put theirs to work in supporting such a great cause as Game On Cancer. As a reminder, we do also have some prizes. For those within Australia, if you donate 20 or more, you'll be able to go into the running to win a pair of HyperX Cloud Buds. If you donate 40 or more, you'll be in the running to also win one of 2 HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headsets. For more information, you can visit prizes.ausspeedruns.com or have a look in chat for the link. Thank you. And thank you for Landfall and our major sponsor HyperX for providing these wonderful, wonderful prizes.
So the dark side fight, my main goal here is to get into critical HP, so you are going to hear a lot of beeping towards the end. But yeah, so we're going to try and do Berserk strat. So when you're at low HP, Berserk is just going to do a lot of damage to Dark Side here.
Come on. Ha, ha, my turn. Ha, ha, my turn.
So yeah, the Hades card will give me the Berserk effect. I'm also trying to avoid hitting Dark Riku, as it's a little bit slower to hit Dark Riku, unfortunately. Okay. And there's some attacks I can just like just have the opportunity to just wail on him like that. That's a pretty good Dark Side fight. So pretty pleased with how that went. Oh look, there's Sora. Actually, that's not Sora. That's actually Zexion, and in the Recom version, you actually had to fight him. So that's another difference between this game and Recom. Oh goodness, this is garbage. All right. I have to be careful with how much I increment up my cards, because I do have limited cards, and there's like a huge 50 door at the end of Twilight Town, so I absolutely need the cards. Yeah. Also, since I've been speaking about Twilight Town so much, this is the first appearance of Twilight Town in the series. I guess it's not as spectacular as it is in the other games, but yeah. Okay, the lowest I have is a 3, I believe. Oh, I have a 3 of that. Okay. So this is why I need the 2 and below of the blue card, and this fight can be arguably one of the hardest fights in the game. So here I have to wait until he uses a certain ability and not get poked like that. Okay, that's both not good but good at the same time, because I want to hit Dark Riku as fast as I can. But it means I'm going to struggle breaking through his cards. And also, yes, he can use Dark Aura against me now, so it's a bit spooky. Getting Parasite Cage should get rid of some of that. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. Now, since we got the Dark Side card, we can use that against him. And then hopefully I can wail on him with this. He can use 0 cards to break this, so it can get a little bit spooky. Oh god. I don't have a 0 card at the moment, so this is... Okay, there we go. And this will be like a nice battle to have the deck building to be, oh no, helpful. Please don't have a 0. So Slate Lock allows me to have my first card in the in the slate to not get removed. So whenever you use slate, you lose the first card in that slate combo, pretty much not permanently, but for the most part. So you can't use it in the battle again. Wow, he just sniped me. So unfortunately Dark Variga has like a homing thing and it just sniped me while I was in midair. So that's unfortunate. I usually use like the double jump to avoid that. Let me use that, thank you. Okay, thank goodness. That fight is really hard to do without the slate lock trick. And it's even hard when you do it, so. So now I have to, hopefully I can make it to the end of the game. So, with the amount of cards I have, I hope so, but they're really high. I might have to bust some zeros out. I think that'll be the best case scenario here. I just can't how many zeros I have. That's 6. Okay. I have about 8 zeros, so that should help. And that's why zeros are really valuable, is so you can get to basically the end of the game. And why I saved them up. I might have to go through some garbage rooms like lasting days, but I really have no choice. It's better if I use them than don't use them.
Time for a quick donation.
Sure.
We have $25 from Anonymous saying, awesome marathon so far. Can't wait to see all the incredible runners involved. And money goes towards the Metroid Dread Boss Rush Showcase. Thank you.
So we got through the 50 door, fortunately. So that's the largest numbered door that we need to get through in Riku's story. Basically, what we just saw there was... Oh, wow, went the wrong way. Oh, no. But yeah, so what happened there was Nane just explained to him that Sora's in that little pod there and is sleeping for a year because she needs to fix his memories, as they kind of messed him up during his side of the story. So at the moment, yeah, so Riku has to just get rid of the last castle inhabitant and yeah, basically keep guard of him until Kingdom Hearts 2, which is up next, by the way. Yeah. I still need my numbered cards, but I also need to keep track of my zeros, so hopefully I do a good job of that. Yeah, throw that.
Have some time to spare?
Sure.
Yeah. As a reminder, we are AusSpeedruns, a group doing speedrunning events to raise money for charity. For this event, we are raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working all across all fields of cancer research. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. And just a reminder as well, that Twitch revenue we received all throughout the event will also be given to the charity, which include bits, subscriptions to the channel as another way to support Game On Cancer. Thank you so much.
So this is the final world of the game, Castle Oblivion, and we got a really good deck here, but unfortunately the deck that the final boss has is much better than ours. And yeah, the final boss, wow, this room, the final boss is just absolutely brutal, and yeah, we'll definitely be able to make it to the final room of the game. You know what, I'm just going to save the game, you know, why not? Oh, come on. Just show save screen. There we go. So yeah, just easy peasy, and I am an idiot and went out of the menu. So yeah, so this Ansem fight, I have finite heals. And so this is very scary. The only way I can heal is through Mickey or the Oogie Boogie card, and the Oogie Boogie card only appears once, and Mickey can drop whenever he likes. And yeah, so the Guardian itself is also a big factor. I can't attack from the front unless I get lucky and break through, like datum like that. And I'm trying to use my overdrive as much as I can, but I will run out of it. Oh goodness. And yeah, his slates will do a lot of damage. That particular one one-shots you if you're unlucky. Oh goodness, this is bad. Oh no. I was trying to get that out, but yeah, that was unfortunate. Oh, I'll start too early. I don't know why you use that at the start. Usually that replenishes your cards, but yeah, that's kind of silly. Also, when he uses slate blind, I cannot see his slates at all. So whenever they come out, I won't see them coming. I will try to do a lot of backwards attacks. Sorry, double jump attacks, so I can just do an amount of damage and ignore the Guardian. Oh, you... The nice thing about going to Dark Riku is that you do automatically reload your cards. So I don't have to reload them myself. But yeah, I've run out my heal, so I had to rely on Mickey. Fortunately, I do have Mickey on my side, and oh wow, that's very merciful. Thank you. Whenever he reloads, that's probably the best thing he can do, because I can just get a free heal off. But now I have no heals, so it's going to be very scary. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I didn't mean to use that, but oh well. So I'm going to use Attack Racer as my last card, provided that he lets me go through. Okay, cool. Attack Racer allows me to attack and not have to worry about his slate or anything. I can just keep on attacking, provided that he doesn't use a card in the middle. Unfortunately, I did not get a lot of damage on him. Oh no. I have to wait for him. Time. Second try is pretty good. But yeah, thanks to everyone for watching. If you are interested in speed running this game, you can go to like the Kingdom Hearts Discord, Kingdom Hearts speedrun.com. There's a lot of resources to learn this game and learn this game's bosses, and yeah, and learn how cards work in this game. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that run, and yeah, it was fun. Thank you for having me, and let's raise more money for charity.